Refreshing stories.
My name is Hiroshi. I'm an employee at Crystal Electronics, a major electronic components manufacturer. Where should I begin my story? Through a series of events, I ended up being nominated as the CEO of this prestigious company. But there was a dark conspiracy that set the stage for this success story. Boss, I hope these fears are unfounded, but I've caught wind of some troubling news. What is it? This dangerous-looking man is Toraga Kaneko. He's a member of the infamous Kaneko crime family. 5 years ago, he bought out Crystal Electronics. It's hard to believe, but ever since he took over, business is booming and performance is higher than ever. It seems like there may be some big reforms to import-export regulations. Worst case scenario, if this bill passes, we could lose up to 90% of our business with our Asian dealers. You can't be serious! Kaneko had invested most of his energy in strengthening trade ties with Asia, and most of the materials we imported came from Asian countries. I guess that's just the way things go. My father always said, win at any cost. Strong morals don't bring success, winning does. I think you know what I'm getting at. Fortunately, in this country, we could take our spoils and run, and do so surprisingly easy. We could let the losers clean up the mess that inevitably follows. So I'm guessing you have a plan that borders on the darker side of gray? Boss, you called for me? Just the man I was looking for. Like I said at the morning meeting, now is the time to set up a branch company. And I want you to be at the helm. Seriously, this is like a dream come true. At first glance, you may look and act like a cog only here for the paycheck, but I know that you really are a very responsible man of action that can be counted on when chips are down. Also, when you set your heart on something, you don't give up until it's in your hands. I can see it in your eyes, the soul of a real winner. Am I right? Well, it'd be cocky to say so myself, but if the boss is saying it, it must be true. But can I really cut it as a CEO? Don't think too hard on it. At first, you'll basically be a paid manager learning how to run things on the go. And as you gain experience, you'll also be increasing our profits. Who knows? With your skills, you may be able to increase your own take by 10 to 20 times what you have now. No way! 10 or 20 times? With enough praise, even pigs will climb trees. With that, I fell hard for Kaneko's whispers of riches and became CEO of the newly established Pacific Electronics. Truth be told, at first there was something that just didn't sit right with me when dealing with Kaneko. But he taught me everything that was needed to run a company and began seeing him more and more in a good light. You're a natural at this, Hiroshi! Pacific Electronics profits are going faster than forecasted. Well, sir, I'm just doing what you told me to do. A CEO's personality is what makes the company, my boy. My eyes were mistaken when I called for you that day. Really? I'm so glad that you gave me this opportunity. Any monkey could have made this succeed. I covertly switched all of our Crystal Electronics machinery and business contacts to this company. And so, I danced on the palm of his hand for the next half year as I acted the part of a great entrepreneur. Then, one fateful day, that trade reform bill came to my attention, and I quickly went to get some advice from Kaneko on what to do. So you see, sir, this new bill could be a real problem. What do you think we should do? He's pretty observant, even with that intelligence level. Oh well, I'll just act like this was completely unforeseen and feign panic. I see, so the time has finally come. I wasn't sure when I should bring this up. What would happen to my legacy in Crystal Electronics if we had to pull out of the Asian market? What would happen to all of our employees and customers? I'm not sure what you're saying, sir. What don't you understand, you dense motherfucker? It seems I've been putting off this big decision for a long time while I built up this company. So I have been training someone up to inherit my legacy. The true reason for putting you in charge of Pacific Electronics was just a test. What I really wanted was to give you reins to Crystal Electronics. Wait, you can't be serious! Am I dreaming? This is my last request of you. I've been watching you for the last 6 months, and I know that you are trustworthy and loyal. I may be talented at overthrowing rivals, but I've always had issues being honest with those I trust until I met you. So I'm putting my faith in you. I need you to take back the domestic market for me. Just say yes. If anyone can do it, it's you. Boss, I don't know what to say. Let's do this. You can count on me, boss. That's the spirit. I'll be the one that saves Crystal Electronics from this setback. Thank you so much. Yes, like taking candy from a baby. This is the way of the Kaneko family. Now all I have to do is pass all of my debts and obligations onto this patsy. Then I can retire young and enjoy life in the lap of luxury. Little did I know that I was now the captain responsible for a slowly sinking ship known as Crystal Electronics. And sure enough, the trade reform bill passed and our company had to halt transactions with most of our Asian suppliers. I had my hands full with trying to meet all our needs domestically and running into dead ends. So I decided to rely on my old mentor Kaneko for advice and headed over to the main Crystal Electronics office. There, I was met with the most unbelievable of sights. What is going on here? Am I so overworked that I came to the wrong building? No, this is the right place. Shockingly, all the machines, staff, and even the furniture had disappeared into thin air. I've been had! But it was too late to realize that I had been duped by Kaneko. He had liquidated all of Crystal Electronics' assets into his personal accounts. And most importantly, he had secretly named me as guarantor for all the borrowed money and mortgages he had incurred while running Crystal Electronics. Oh, woe is me! If I had only known what he was up to. Hey there, CEO! You bastard! How dare you approach me after what you did to me? And flaunting it in that obviously ill-gotten luxury vehicle. There are laws to protect an individual from paying the debts of an organization, but it doesn't protect a guarantor from paying them off. Come to think about it, when we had the passing of the torch celebration, I had signed something that had made me the guarantor of all Crystal Electronics holdings. That made Kaneko completely unaffiliated within the company and relieved him of all responsibilities. If things continued, I would be bankrupt in no time, and the bank would repossess even my personal belongings. I was suddenly hanging by a thread, and had been served up as a sacrificial pawn by Kaneko. Later, boss! If you survive this and we meet again, I promise to buy you a drink. That lowlife son of a biscuit! From that day on, I spent all my time working to pay off that debt. Day and night, I planned new sales strategies and cut all the fat I could. I visited banks and partners begging on my knees for more time and some lenience. I knew it was too little as the debt I had been shackled with could only be calculated in the millions. Everything I did was like trying to water the Sahara with a squirt gun. Felt like giving the sun eye drops. Then one day, I snapped. Why am I the one that has to wipe up after this guy? Why do I have to be the good guy and pay this off by playing by the rules? That's messed up! It should be him, not me. Now it's time to get back at him. Then I turned to the dark side to aid in my revenge. Come on, bank girl, lend me the money I need. I don't need your excuses, just do it.
How about you start by paying back even a single penny of what you borrowed? Saying lend with that tone of voice could also be constructed as a threat and equivalent to robbing a bank. You want me to call the cops? And what are you doing there in the corner?
I'll let you off the hook today, but I won't be so nice next time.
You don't seem right in the head. Do you want me to refer you to a good psychiatrist?
Nah, I'm fine and completely sane. Well, I guess it can't be helped. Who knew that banks were so stingy with their money? Guess I'll just have to go pawn off the company's assets, even though they were given to me right before the bankruptcy.
Wait a second there. You just said something really important. Care to explain in more detail?
I'm sure it was just the wind. Look, if you're not gonna bankroll us, I have other places to be right now.
Stop right there, Buster. If Crystal Electronics knew they were going under and unloaded their assets prior to declaring, our bank can file a fraud investigation on Pacific Electronics and freeze their accounts.
If you think you can, go ahead. See if you can find evidence that our machines were removed from Crystal Electronics. I really didn't think banks had that much free time to investigate such outrageously fake leads.
What a frustrating man. I'll make him eat his words.
As could be expected, the banks working with Crystal Electronics raided our facilities.
Nobody move!
Sweet, here they come.
Don't underestimate what banks are able to do when we want to. And you there, are you going to be held accountable for abetting and trying to defraud your creditors? Don't think you can get away without facing the law.
Oh no! I've been undone! Please, you can foreclose on that pencil over there, but whatever you do, please let my benefactor Kaneko go free!
I see what's going on. He set up a dummy company to move his assets to before declaring bankruptcy. What a simple plan. Everything hidden here is going to be reverted to Kaneko's ownership.
Oh no! Anything but that! Please don't rain on his parade!
From the sounds of it, he probably has tons of hidden assets.
There is no possible way that is possible! Like this piece of paper that has a clearly laid out list of his shady contracts and addresses of where vehicles and real estate bought under the name of Crystal Electronics are.
Thank you. I'll just make a quick copy of that.
Oh no! Please don't do anything but that! Love it when a plan comes together. With this breakthrough evidence, Warrior of Justice Miss Ando, the bank woman contacted every partner in business that ever had dealings with Kaneko. What are you doing there? That's private property you're trying to take!
This car only became private after the restructuring of your company. You purposely privatized most of the company's fungible assets in order to avoid repossession by the banks. By the order of our bank, we recognize your actions as fraudulent and rescinding your claims on everything you personally own.
You gotta be kidding me! How did you guys find out? Looks like my stint as an unfaithful spouse settlement attorney paid off! Hiroshi Ohira!
What? How did you get here?
The climax of a story can't take place without the main protagonist, right?
No, the main character of the story is me.
There is no legal or logical way that a third-rate manager like me could become the guarantor of a company as big as Crystal Electronics and retake what is owed. Really, don't you want to seize his home and everything in it as well? Look, I'll settle this. You watch some YouTube. What do you want now, Hiroshi Ohira? Kaneko, release me from my position as guarantor, or I will sue you for fraud. Really? Is that okay with you? If you do that, I'll countersue you for defamation! Like I care! I'm just a poor CEO on the brink of bankruptcy. I have nothing to lose. You, on the other hand, are part of the infamous Kaneko dynasty. You think you'd be able to get away with dragging the name through the mud and escape with just a sorry? If they repossess my house, where will my unfortunate family stay? Like I care! You're the one who started this mess. Get your family to bail you out. Or get your wife to work, or whatever. You untalented fool! Don't think you can get away with this! This means war! Really? Okay, have fun. Wait, let's just sit down and have a little chat. We already had a chat. Our next chat is going to be in the courtroom. See you there. I was wrong! Let me make it up to you, please! Soon after, Kaneko released me from being a guarantor of Crystal Electronics, and I was now free from the crushing debt that came with it. Look, this is everything! I have no assets hitting anywhere! So please don't take my house!
Make sure everyone is out of the house by the time I finish writing this form. You have about 10 seconds.
This woman is a bigger monster than me! Kaneko was then forcibly reinstated as the sole debtor of Crystal Electronics and had all of his accounts and holdings frozen. His wife also took their child and left him after finding out he had nothing to offer her anymore. My account balance is 0! This can't be happening! It has to be a bad dream that I'll wake up from, right? When I open my eyes, everything will be back to the way it was, right? Please? Am I really just a homeless has-been? Eye for an eye. If anyone hurts you, pay them back 100-fold. Pacific Electronics, which was left in my hands, survived going bankrupt by a hair. Unfortunately, I had to lay off almost half my employees. But since I had worked to move most of our business to rely on domestic partners, I was able to get a bailout from the feds. I will be working my butt off for the foreseeable future to make ends meet, but I hope to be able to get loans from the banks in the next 3 years.
Thank you for watching all the way till the end. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. And if you have time, please check out our other videos as well. Alright then, see you next time. Bye.